taking a deep dive into the music and storytelling of one of the most influential artists of our time, Taylor Swift. And language is a medium to convey and perceive ideas, thoughts, and opinions. And artists use the figurative language to emphasize the importance of what is being said instead of just the literal meaning. And Taylor Swift is known for her use of synonyms, metaphors in her music, and her use of figurative language, uh, sort of like in her music, makes it more cinematic. So she's an American singer-songwriter, and over the years, she has redefined her artistry by uh, crossing genres and continuously evolving songwriting. And from her country roots to her pop dominance and indie folk influences, she has made herself a name, and her discography is her discography shows a story of transformation and reinvention. So in this presentation, we'll be exploring three of her standout albums, 1989, Folklore, and The Tortured Poets Department. So she was born on December 13, 1989 in Pennsylvania, and from her childhood, she was always passionate about music, songwriting, and performing locally. And at the age of 14, she left to Nashville, Tennessee to pursue a career in country music. And her self-titled debut album, released in 2006, made her a rising star in country music. But then her breakthrough happened in 2008 when she released the album Fearless, and she won Album of the Year in 2010 at the Grammys. This made her a household name. And she has always experimented with different sounds, and she transitioned from country to pop with 1989, and then explored indie folk with Folklore, and she kept redefining herself and pushing her boundaries. So the first album we will look into is 1989. It wasn't just an album, it was a cultural reset because it changed modern pop and influenced a lot of artists to reinvent. Although it was a bold move and producers and labels were very skeptical that she will not make it with this decision, she embraced the risk and rebranded herself, and from a sense of fashion to her sounds. And this also was validated because she won Album of the Year. This album marked the transition from country music to pop, and it was taking inspiration from 1980s synth pop. So some of her hit singles of the album are Shake It Off, Blank Space, Style, and Wildest Dreams. This album was also created amidst frequent criticisms because the media was obsessed with her life, but she gained inspiration from not just her personal love life, but also like from her friends as well. This was sort of an aim at the media. And she also changed her themes, like she was exploring darker themes with her album Reputation, and also she shifted to vibrant, more colorful themes with her album Lover, which talked about self-expression and love. And after releasing so many pop hits, she surprised the world in 2020 with her album Folklore, which was released in 2020 during the COVID-19 pandemic. And this was a departure from her usual sounds because she used soft instrumentals, poetic lyrics, and fictional characters. So this resonated with her fans and listeners more because she was more lenient towards the characters and the narratives. So this also gave us sort of an emotional depth to her new side of songwriting. And she also won Album of the Year for this album, which just shows that she's capable of reinventing again and again and still being ahead of the industry. Next, looking at the Tortured Poets Department, this was self-described as her lifeline album, and it represents the 5 stages of grief. And this is based on personal songwriting and sort of in exploring retrospections of events of her past, her present and present public and private lives. She also mentions how this album is sort of the list of songs on the album are based on some of like how you get so caught up in the idea of someone that you don't see the red flags in them. So it sort of lets you go through results in moments of denial and also delusion. And these were all written in with feelings of anger, frustration, hopelessness, and hopefulness. And she has always, although all her albums are very different from each other, she's still capable of connecting them through her storytelling. So us as listeners, we can revisit old music from fresh experiences, and we can also listen to her new music with old perspectives. She's not just an artist. She's capable. She's a story writer, and her imagination just like she puts everything into her albums, which makes the listeners feel we can relate to most of her music because of it. And her journey is a testament to her resilience, creativity, and authenticity. And she has also said that you have to be good to everybody, and that's a wonderful legacy to leave behind. And she's already doing that. And that concludes my presentation.